Hi, my name is Gideon, and I'm a former criminal. I paid for my crimes, and I've been crime-free for over 10 years. When I was a criminal, my crimes were driven by purpose. My purpose was to feed my addiction. At the time, I had no thought or feeling of how my crimes would affect the community I lived in or the people that I loved or cared about. Many people in society do not understand the power of addictions and what they can do to someone, or how they can take the place of what somebody's normal, common thinking can really be. Whether drugs, alcohol, gambling, any type of addiction, the power that it can have over one individual, or anyone for that matter. While all addictions are generated by choices, that first choice to start in something that could be an addiction is the mistake. For myself, when I started my addiction, the first time I went and I gambled, it gave me a good feeling, a feeling that I wanted, something that I lacked in my life. And that led to me gambling again, and gambling again. And that led to me, eventually, when I couldn't afford the gambling from my own resources, from the work that I did and the jobs that I had, it eventually led to a criminal career. A career in crime just to support my habit. That doesn't just happen in gambling. That happens in drugs, alcohol, all kinds of different addictions. It all ends up with the same results. I broke my addiction with the aid of my mother and also my dedication to God in May of 2000. It started one day at a time, one step at a time. Each day was one day that I didn't address my addiction. I didn't go back. And then the days turned into years. Now, from May of 2000, it's over 11 years and counting. I haven't gone back, don't have the urges, and now I go and I help people. That's what ABBA Non is all about. It's a Christian addiction church ministry. We help people and their families because the children that are affected by the addiction, or the person in the family that has the addiction problem, they have no choice. They're just affected. They're brought into a situation that they can't change. In 2007, I started a Christian addiction ministry called ABBA Uno, which is dedicated to helping the people with addictions. These families in our community are embarrassed by not having food for their children, proper clothes, or a stable environment, all because of the addiction of one, or in some cases more than one, family member. On a daily basis, I deal with many issues concerning the children and the parent affected by the addictions. While there are social outlets that help families, their number is not enough. There are more families needing help. ABBA Uno operates from a building located at 53 Gibson Avenue in Hamilton, Ontario. I see this facility as the first of many that will eventually cover Canada coast to coast over time. The church ministry currently offers a program to counsel those who need it, children and adults. We have offered free community dinners and activities since shortly after the building on Gibson Avenue was acquired. ABBA Uno is in debt for almost $1 million to mortgage holders and private loans. The mortgage holders have begun steps to close down ABBA Uno because we are currently behind in our obligations to them. ABBA Uno is a federal, non-profit registered entity. There has been no funding provided by the provincial or federal governments for ABBA Uno. The funding in the past has been from private donors as well as some small local businesses. In order to keep ABBA Uno open, the facility has rented out the main room to outside events and has also held its own fundraisers. ABBA Uno is important in the community. The circumstances financially are at a desperate level. Outside donations and sponsors are urgently needed to stop the doors from closing forever. If they closed, it would end desperately needed help for the families, especially the children who are the most helpless victims of the situation. They did not choose to have family members with addictions. It was chosen for them by the adults in their life. Canadians are very generous in helping foreign nations. How about today helping our own? Any donation would be helpful, as each amount, any amount, small or great, adds up. Please let me know if you want to go on a donor list, or if you prefer to have your donation remain anonymous. Thank you in advance for your help. Please make all donations payable to ABBA Uno. You can mail your donations in to ABBA Uno, care of 53 Gibson Avenue, Hamilton, Ontario, L8L 6J7. Thank you for your time and consideration, and thank you for helping the families that we help.
You make him and them a blind, but you don't pay them no mind. Girl, where you sweet.